It is good for you and I, to be experts in certain things or certain areas of our lives. But it is also good for us to know a little bit of most of the things in our lives. God himself approves of balance, because his word says a false balance is an abomination unto him. Women of God, children of God, husbands and wives, mothers and fathers, a false balance is an abomination indeed. There are a lot of people who are specialists in certain areas. There are people who specialize in the kitchen when it comes to cooking food. They are the pro. There are people who specialize in career. There are people who are specialists when it comes to marriage. There are people who are specialists in fathering, in mothering, in tutoring, in business, or in one area of life or the other, which is good. But God's expectation for you and I as daughters of Zion, sons of the kingdoms, sons of the prophet, is that even in the areas that we are not specialists, we should still have an idea and know the technical know-how in this area. Do you know that a lot of us, we have challenges today in our lives because we only focus on one thing, and that one thing is all we know. Now, if you are married and you are going to live and abide by this principle of specialization, just knowing one thing, it's not going to work. And that is why a lot of homes are in turmoil today. That's why a lot of destinies are being tormented, oppressed, suppressed, or being beaten, bruised, and battered by the enemy. It is not going to work. You cannot succeed as a wife or as a husband if all you have mastered or all you are willing to master is one thing. You cannot succeed. Because even in marriage, there are a lot of different compartments in marriage. You have the department of the kitchen, you have the housecraft department, you have the bedroom department or the intimacy or romance department, you have the business building, you have the career, you have the, marriage itself has a lot of different compartments. That is why God himself says, a false balance is an abomination. You are not going to succeed in your marriage if all you have mastered is how to cook. And I'm not saying cooking is bad. It is very good. And I believe in every woman being able to cook something. But if all you bring in on the table as a wife is your ability to cook, you are going to be a good cook in that marriage. But a lot of different compartments or departments are going to suffer. Yeah. So for the Lord to say a false balance is an abomination, it means that God is telling you and I that we need to open our eyes and really have that willingness in our spirit and step up our games. You cannot succeed as a wife if all you know to do is to cook. It's going to gain you, some respect just for a season. If all you are doing in your home is being a chief cook, it's going to please your husband and please your children just for a season. But when they start growing up, their expectations is going to change. And when your husband enjoys your food and enjoys your food day in and day out, he's going to start expecting more from you. And the same with the husbands. So if all you do is you are good in one area, it's going to affect your marriage, people of God. It's going to affect your marriage. That is going to create that atmosphere of false balance. And it's detrimental for marriage. That is why if you are a good cook as a wife, or you are a good cook as a husband, you still need, there is always room for all of us to grow. You still need to sharpen yourself up when it comes to the financial compartment of the marriage. You still need to do something. If you are best, you are a good cook, you still need to sharpen yourself when it comes to finances. What can I do to contribute to my marriage? What can I do to be of help financially in the lives of my children and in my family? And if all you bring to the marriage or the family is money, and you think that money is going to solve everything, it will work for a season. But after a season, because there is no balance, even though there is marriage in that family, in that there is money in that marriage, you are going to be challenged, because all that you have in your house is money. You will still need somebody to take the money and go do shopping. You will still need somebody to take the money and pay the children's school fee. You will still need somebody to manage the money. And this is going to cause a crisis in your home. Why? Because you are blessed financially, but you lack managerial skills. You don't know how to manage this money so that you can invest it and it can be helpful in the long term. So if your husband is providing the money, you need to grow and become a manager of that money. Even though you are a cook, you need to grow and know what to do to save this money. What am I saying? There are a lot of different compartments in life that we may not be specialists in these areas, but you need to have at least the fundamental knowledge, the elementary knowledge of that compartment or of that foundation. Very important. Very important. Balance is very important in our homes. Balance. So if you are a wife and you are good in cooking and you are good in bringing money, so you contribute to the family financially, and you are a great cook, the topmost cook, and when it comes to the bedroom or when it comes to sex and intimacy and romance, you are on zero on that scale, your marriage is going to have issues. Even though you provide financially, even though you are good when it comes to cooking. I cook good, I provide financially, or I'm supportive, I support my husband in this area of finances, but you don't allow yourself to grow in the bedroom. You are not exploitative. You don't read books on marriage and intimacy. You don't want to learn how to satisfy your husband, or as a man, how to satisfy your wife in the bed. Your marriage is going to have issues, even though you are providing financially and you are a cook. So we need to be open to learning. Why? Because a false balance is an abomination. No home is going to stand successfully when there is no balance. Your wife is going to tolerate. Your wife is going to bear with you. Your wife is going to go through some things with you because you are providing financially. And maybe you are assisting in the kitchen. You are a cook. And maybe you assist with home craft and home management. But when it comes to sexuality, as a husband, you don't satisfy your wife sexually, she's going to tolerate it for a time. But as time goes on, she's going to be burned out because she has sexual expectations. She has desires. There is that need that needs to be fulfilled. There is that need that needs to be met. So God is telling you and I that we need to upgrade. We need to grow. We need to diversify ourselves. We need to be open to learning new things every day. We must not be caught up in one compartment. And I'm not against specialization. Yes, everybody will have their specialty. You may be good in cooking. You may be good in a romantic and bedmatic things. You may be good in contributing financially or being a career man or a career woman. You may be an entrepreneur and supportive in all of these other compartments. You may be somebody who builds people up spiritually, mentally, emotionally. Yes, you may be a good teacher. You may be loaded, heavily anointed. But is there balance in your life? Is there balance in your life? Don't just be a man of God and all you do is you are sold out for the Lord completely. And you are married to Jesus. You are married to the Holy Ghost. You are married to God. And the only person you are not married to is your wife. Your marriage is going to have issues. If you are a man of God and you are very dynamic in your office, you are a man who is divine, who fears God, that cannot just be all that your life entails of. If that is all what you want to do, then stay single, as Paul says, and don't get married. But if you are married, as much as your ministry is a priority, you must know that your wife is a priority after God. You must know that your marriage is a priority after your relationship with God. Because a lot of people, they are going through challenges, or their marriages are in turmoil. They are going they are actually at the verge of breaking or divorcing because of the absence of balance. You cannot be a man and you are married to a woman, or be a woman and you are married to a man, and all you care about is your ministry. It is wrong. It is wrong. You cannot take somebody's child and just come and keep in your house and they are married to the four walls of the house. It is wrong. It is wrong. A false balance is an abomination. God expects you and I to sharpen ourselves and be good. If we are married, we should be good in the kitchen. We should be good when it comes to money making and management. We should be good when it comes to the corporate things. We should be good when it comes to spirituality. We should be good when it comes to bedmatism. We should be good romantically. You cannot be a man and all you do is you pray, you fast, you worship, you preach, and you are not satisfying your wife sexually. There is issue automatically in the home. Whether your wife tells you or she doesn't tell you, know that that woman is burning within her, and your marriage has become a fertile ground for the enemy to infiltrate. You cannot be a man of God and all you do is you are caught up with your divine ministry, and you don't care about any other thing. You don't assist your wife in the home. You cannot pull out the trash. If there is a need to do dishes and you are in that position to do it, men and women of God, humble yourself and do it. We must, get ourselves out of this fixed compartment and position ourselves in a way that we can always be humble and do the needful. What is the needful in your home? Don't be too big. Don't be bigger than what you have to do in your home or in your house as a man, as a husband, as a father, as a brother, or as an uncle. And don't be too big in your house as a woman that you don't do what you are supposed to do. For every marriage to succeed and every home to stand firm, we must build ourselves in a way that we are bendable. That is what the spirit of meekness is all about. For blessed are the meek. Being meek is that aspect of bendability. You may be a preacher, but if there is a need for somebody to do dishes, you come out of your preaching regalia and you help your wife or help your children or help your home in doing the dishes. Nobody is supposed to tell you, Daddy, do dishes. But a good dad with his authority and his leadership will see that there is a need for this and there is nobody to do it. So let me lead by example. We should not wait to be told. You should not wait as a man, let your wife tell you, baby, can you help me do the dishes? No. No. Because sometimes If they don't place the word right, it may come out as disrespectful. But when you are a man who takes initiatives and, just position yourself and do things, that is very sexy and charming. And your wife will appreciate that. And because of that, you will gain favor with God. And most of all, you gain favor with your wife. A false balance is an abomination, people of God. Let us learn to expand our horizon, expand our scope. Let us be ready and willing. Let us be teachable and position ourselves in a place that we can learn. We can spread ourselves abroad like the ambassadors we are. We can learn to fit in different compartments and different offices of our homes. That is one of the major ways to keep our homes successful, to get ourselves to that place of preparedness for marriage. You cannot succeed as a wife if all you do is a cook. Even when your husband don't want you to do anything, build yourself. Build yourself. There is a difference about somebody who can do and who is not doing because they have been commanded not to do. It is different from the person who cannot do at all if there is a need to do. Do what you have to do. Build yourself. Build capacity. Learn what you need to do. Learn what you need to learn. Sharpen yourself. Acquire skills. Because, times and seasons do change in our lives. You don't know what the season of tomorrow entails. You don't know. There may be a need for you to step up financially. That is not the time that you say, oh, let me go now and learn something. Now is the right time for you and I to sharpen ourselves. Now is the right time for you and I to build ourselves. Now is the right time. Because a false balance is an abomination. How balanced is your life? How balanced is your life? And I'm not saying that if you are not married, you should go and be promiscuous or go and be testing the waters that you want to build yourself sexually. No, that's not what I'm saying. But you can read books. You can watch documentaries. You can read spiritual articles. And you can read books that are talking about home building, craft management, home management, how to put your house in order, how to arrange your kitchen, how to shelve things, how to take care of the bedrooms, how to satisfy a man, how to satisfy a woman. We can study all of these things in preparation for when our seasons changes, because a false balance is an abomination. Study what you can study today. And when your season change, it's going to give you a platform to manifest what you have studied. And while you are manifesting, then you are going to be fortifying what you have studied. A false balance is an abomination. Don't just be good as a cook and you have no idea what making money entails. You have no idea. You can't do anything with your own hands. If you know how to cook, learn how to turn that your cook, that artistry, learn how to monetize it. Learn what can you cook, what can you make, what can you produce from your own kitchen. If you know how to do hair, learn how can I do it in a broader scale. If you don't want to do it, how can I teach people? If you don't want to teach people, how can you empower somebody? How can you set up a business and be a manager? That's the same attitude we need to bring into our marriage. How do I serve my husband the most? How can I assist him? How impactful am I as a husband? How cooperative am I as a husband? How do I communicate with my wife? How do I please her? Do I please my wife? Do I please my husband? What is it that I need to do? How can I satisfy them both? How can I satisfy my husband or satisfy my wife the most? What is it that I'm doing? Last time I pissed him off, or I piss her off, what is it that I need to do to improve on myself as a wife so I can serve my husband better in the bedroom or serve my wife better? Am I the type that is domineering? Am I the type that wants everything to favor me? How can I be selfless? How can I extend the hand of mercy? How can I make my home a comfort place? And a lot of us are falling short in this area because sometimes we are good cooks, but we are very disorganized, very untidy. Where we pack our stuff, everything is jumbled up. We don't know how to shelve things. We don't know how to separate our things. We don't even know how to fold. We don't even know how to make a bed. We don't even know how to arrange clothing. We don't even know how to fold a shirt or a t-shirt. We don't even know how to store our own underwears, or not to talk of the children's own. There is a lot that we need to learn. For a false balance is an abomination. People of God, let us rise up and improve on our crafts. There is a lot that God expects you and I to do. If we are going to be a good wife and a better husband, a better son and daughter, then we need to open ourselves, extend our horizon, and learn. Keep learning. You and I, we will keep learning till Jesus comes. Yeah, because where there is no knowledge, we are failing. We are failing. It's lack of knowledge that makes you and I to perish, and not anything else. So let the Lord engrace us so that we will gain the appropriate knowledge and build the appropriate skills, so that at the appropriate season our appropriacy can come out. Amen. God bless you all and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.